There's only 3 of them.
Yeah.
Right, ready.
Public hearing to order. Roll call. Leonard.
Here.
Tim Wilson, Harry Crosley.
Here.
Tim Gilcom. R.G. Devon.
Here.
Jim Hall.
Jim Hall.
Here.
Here.
What's your name?
Okay. Okay, tire recycling. What are we gonna do on that? Have it or not?
Well, if we're gonna do a roadside cleanup, I suggest we do the tire recycling to coincide.
Okay.
They said any weekend will work, so. we just need
Well,
to-
how much money we got budget to spend that you see?
We've got money in Commissioner's Court. I believe we've got 5,000 there.
5,000 where?
5,000 here.
Yeah, we have 5,000 in each budget, so we have about 10,000.
You got about 10,000? Okay, but according to the, on the cleanup on that Trust Indiana, we have on that 4901 account, county cleanup, we got $17,000 in there.
That is part of the grant that Penny worked on, so you need to get with Penny to see if all that money's available. I don't know what the grant agreement was, I wasn't in on that, so I don't know what all that money can be spent on, but that could possibly be used.
Could be used, right?
Yeah, we need to get with Penny.
I mean,
to see.
is there, do you know if there's anything else held out on that grant we did last year that we're supposed to reimburse the state or anything? You think that's clear money, or you think there's any obligation to
I
that?
had no part of that grant at all, you'll have to get with Penny. I have no idea what it entailed.
So, but when you look at this looks like this countywide cleanup, we got $17,000 we can use.
Yes, but that's money that came from the grant, so I don't know in the grant agreement if there's specific things we can use it for.
Okay,
That's what we need to
We'll call her
find
in here
out.
and ask her.
okay.
Artie, you see if she can come in here?
Yeah.
I want to do a countywide cleanup this year, at least one, maybe 2, but
I've been asked, a lot of people ask about they're gonna
yeah,
have one.
we need to set a date and go for it. I mean, the cost, I can raise the money for the dumpsters. I already got people donating dumpsters. But if something might happen, maybe Ed can answer the question, but last year the dumpsters were like $250, wasn't they? 300? And this year they're 450. So I don't know what happened. You know anything about that, Ed?
What's that?
The dumpsters went up on price for countywide cleanup. You know anything about that?
I heard some discussion, but I don't remember what it was.
I think it was $250, $300, and this year it's 450. So I didn't know what caused that.
He said it was 250, now it's 450.
The only thing I know, price of a new truck went up to 204,000. We was talking to these other guys.
Well, there comes your boss. She can answer that.
We've always been way cheaper than the other ones.
Question about the grant money?
Oh, from like 20,
Yeah, you know,
18?
we've got money in the county cleanup fund. Any of that still grant money, and is there anything specific, is there specific use for it?
no,
Okay.
that was match that did not get spent.
So we can use that money for anything. That's what we just want to make sure we weren't cutting into any grant money and doing anything. we weren't
Everything for
supposed
the
to.
grant's been paid.
Okay.
We got $17,000 in there.
Huh.
Like, we're gonna.
So, I mean, we don't have no problem doing countywide cleanup.
No.
I'm still gonna raise money for dumpsters anyway.
You wanna do it 2 days, 1 day?
I think I'll
Friday,
be Saturday and Sunday, I mean, that's the days everybody's gonna participate, I think.
I don't
Saturday
think
and
go- I
Sunday.
don't think go Sundays or not. Friday
think
and
what?
Saturday. I don't think do a Sunday night, but Friday and Saturday or.
Well, Fridays, you know, the people work,
Mhm.
so, you know, I think Saturday and Sunday
You ready to go Saturday and Sunday?
would be the best 2 days to do it.
What's the hours we did last year? Was it like 9 to noon or 9 to 1?
9 to 2.
9 to 2? I was gonna say the biggest thing I seen up at 3 was a lot of people went after hours, after 2. You know, people, because they had more stuff, so I don't know, maybe we extend that, or maybe we start a little bit later, maybe at 10, and go another hour in the afternoon.
Well, the other thing is too, we're not doing like we did last time, we're just doing roadside, right? I mean, this time just do roadside. I mean, to go to the next step, and I know
I'll tell you,
that,
people are stockpiling their stuff right now,
Yeah.
expecting we were gonna have another
They're
cleanup.
gonna
Yeah,
throw
we're
it
gonna have-
alongside the
So
road.
they're gonna show up with loads of stuff.
Yeah,
And
'cause
not
I-
just from roadside.
Yeah, I think more people, they've just
Whoever.
gotten used to having that the last
you
2
just wanna do it
years.
again like we did it
Yeah,
before.
I would.
I think we, yeah.
You think I'll do it like before? Leave the appliance and stuff out of it?
I don't know.
Penny donated her time last night, did a lot of work, and I just wanna ask your opinion. What was the worst part of all of it? As far as, and if you had to downsize it, what would you downsize of the stuff that was collected?
The number of loads that we allow people to bring in would be the biggest thing. 'Cause you have people that
Just limit.
load after load after load. But the appliances, and that makes us, brings a little bit of money back, because we work with Sugar Creek and they, they recycle it. We don't get a lot back, but at least it pays a little bit. They don't charge us for their use of their dumpsters.
Okay. So that's a given, we no
So-
problem doing that, because it don't cost us.
Right, I would definitely keep appliances on it.
Okay, but what was it, beside people bringing stuff after hours, what else did you see that maybe we shouldn't do this time? Or just do it again? I don't know.
So just a limit, we didn't limit anybody?
And they were bringing, and this is what happened at Cayuga, they were bringing in like loads of debris that was just shoveled onto a trailer,
Yeah.
shoveled off, that we rent some tires, up there that was a problem, so.
It's gonna have to be in bulk containers now or something. I mean, we can't shove them, you can't take no trash.
It's gonna be bagged or contained, that probably would be one of the requirements, I think. They came in our garage up there and they had a trailer, and they were shoveling off, and nails getting our driveway.
Yeah, that's what it
Everything.
does.
This ain't gonna do that no more. You know, there's gotta be some type of,
So would you suggest 1 or 2 loads per person then, or what was, I mean, were people bringing in 3 and 4?
We had a couple of places, probably 5+ loads.
Wow.
We had a guy bought a house, he said, and he had a cattle trailer. And he'd bring it, had a ton truck, ton dually. He'd pull that trailer in and he'd have it loaded. And he'd come in again. He'd put about 3 times one day, but what we ran into before,
No construction.
construction people.
Was that the big?
Those Cottrell-
Contractors, that's what,
Yeah.
no contractors.
Well, that's what-
Cottrell Construction, I'll just tell you who it was. He started bringing loads in, and he brought 12 loads in.
Yeah, I see that.
And when you told him, it's your last load,
Yeah.
and he said,
Yeah,
well, how come I can't bring no
Yeah.
more? Oh, Jesus, he just kept bringing them,
Yeah.
so limit it to building material, no building material?
No
How could you word that?
contractors.
No contract.
No
I
contract.
guess
No
we'll get rid of some of the
contractors.
nails out of the way. Dang, go hit
You
nails.
say limit like 3 loads per person then, or, cause I would think the normal household probably wouldn't have more than 3, I wouldn't think. And if you tell them 3, they're probably gonna pack that as full as they,
Right.
can.
What was you gonna say, Britt?
Typically, they say no businesses or commercial enterprises on these type of cleanups.
Say it one more time.
No commercial or industrial
Okay.
type businesses typically are allowed in
That's
these
what-
type of cleanup
Yeah.
actions.
So we're gonna do it just like we did before then. And what type of costs did we have last time that we incurred in the agreement?
Joni?
Yeah, Tim, he just said, he said no typically.
If I have to take your mask off for me to hear your holler real loud, I'm sorry, back there.
Okay, he's saying typically no commercial or industrial, and you're saying we're gonna do it the same as last time before. You have to notify them that you're not gonna do this, because how do you turn down someone if you say we're gonna do it like just before, because they came in?
He meant the same hours, I think, as before. Right, Tim?
Is that what you meant,
Wilson?
Tim? I mean, I heard you say we're gonna do
Hours.
it just like we did before.
That's my question, but there are gonna be some changes in it, and I can't say we're gonna do it just like Forkland, there's some things we're gonna do different that we didn't do last time, limited and stuff like that, but.
Well, I might add to you that most of the people know it's gonna be roadside pickup.
That's my main
The word
focus.
has gotten out that it's roadside pickup. So and Tim and Harry and those that are involved in the county can verify this, people are throwing their grills, their couches and everything on the roadside right now, because they're waiting for this cleanup to you to pick it up. And I've gotten a lot of calls through the office that this is happening, and on by Norman Balagante's old farm, there, where Norman and Lori live, there's a grill, there's everything out there right now. So they've got the word that it's only roadside pickup, so they're emptying it on your roads right
I'm having
now.
that problem now.
Pardon me?
I'm having that problem up there now, couches and things.
Because
that go
it's
down.
gotten out about this, and not that it's anyone's fault, but we probably said this time it's gonna be roadside pickup, it's not gonna be, you know, residential cleanups and things like that.
I think
Well,
we will.
here, let me say this. The reason why I said it's gonna be roadside cleanup, because from my budget, our budget standpoint, we couldn't do it. But there's $17,000 sitting in this account for us.
Okay.
That changes everything.
I'd go back like we had last year, countywide cleanup, but we're not gonna take no construction material, is that correct? That sound right?
No,
No
yeah.
contract.
No contractors.
Contractors.
No contractors and no hazardous waste.
And then limiting the loads per,
I'm not
Per
worried about
house?
limiting the load, but just that nails and stuff's what killed us last time.
We definitely have to do somewhere that's bagged or contained, right? Everybody agree with that? Bagged or contained in a box or something, but you just can't come shovel it in.
yeah, you don't want any loose
And
stuff.
you can't, did you get what happened to your tire put on a loader?
I
Oh,
tell
yeah,
you,
he had to
I mean, that's a major
Replace it.
cost.
$5,000 or something, it was huge. But I understand it needs to be bagged or contained. You're gonna have that guy that's gonna show up. It's not gonna be bagged or contained.
You just tell them, you're not gonna do it. I
And you
mean-
know he's gonna drive down the first county road he comes to.
Dump it out.
Well-
I mean, I don't, that's just what they're doing it now,
we got problems on County Road 300.
right?
I've had, 5 people get nails, let's see, one person got 5 in their tire, 6, you know, that's up there on 300, just,
So I think we can advertise that and encourage that, but I think if somebody shows up, we need to maybe move them to a different location, have them physically
A
unload
different
themselves.
location, or, yeah, that might work.
gotta stop a lot of that, then.
Yeah. Yeah, the last few loads of one family, I refused to unload it, it was so bad, I said, even the guy, no, you want it unloaded, you unloaded, it was horrible. It was cat litter, it was just awful.
No,
Could we have some kind of secondary location for them to take it to?
separate dumpster. I don't know, just countywide cleanup where we're not taking construction material. And household, what do you call it, household waste, what do you call that? I don't know.
Well, I think it's a great thing to do. I think especially roadside cleanup, yeah, we all done every spring and every fall. That's the way I feel about it.
You wanna do it in September, you wanna do it in August?
I'd say probably.
Anytime after the leaves off, some of the foliage off, probably, right? I mean,
Yeah, the only concern I would have would be for the commissioners, like Joni had suggested, is how much more stuff is gonna get thrown out
Yeah.
the longer we wait. I think that would be my only concern. I
Well, I'm
mean,
concerned, we got a problem now.
Yeah. so, I mean, I think the no contractors would be a good thing, and if people wanna agree on the limiting loads, I mean, I just don't wanna see them unload 8, trucks from one place. I mean,
I'd say.
Okay, so,
Put
since we're
any
talking about
license plates
this,
on the vehicles. No trucks out of state plates.
since we're talking about,
We
since
had
you're
that
here,
trouble before.
Joni, if we do this like we normally did it, and the price is different on the dumpsters, which you told me they're different, so we got a whole different scenario here because we got more of a cost, which I ain't debating your cost, I'm saying we gotta figure that in here if we do that.
Sure. Well, I just wanted, Commissioner Yoakum, I just want to address this. I heard you had some concerns. Well, first of all, if you run a landfill, you know anything about a sanitary landfill, some of you in here do. My permits went up to the state. It goes up about every year. My insurance is going up. The cost is going up to operate these. When we first started out with this, you correct me if I'm wrong, we wanted to clean up the community. Ed and I are all for that. It was 1-2 times a year. Now we're getting it twice a year, and you just heard the volume that went in because these contractors would have been coming to my site paying. I'm in business. You work for Duke. How many days do you just go in for your cost and to drive up there to work? Now, this is where it's coming with Wallace, and I've been working very closely with him. And with this, he's asked me to take the north because he graciously gives a discount. So I said, okay, you're coming from Brazil, I'll do the north garage because I'm closer. We are working with this to keep it feasible not only for the county, but for our companies. So what we decided, and I didn't decide alone, and I know you called Mr. Wallace again and spoke with him, but we decided, first of all, when I think I spoke, there was going to be just roadside cleanup. So we were just going to control roadside cleanup. Now we have the word out and it's out, so we thought maybe one dumpster, because if they have to go out and walk the roads, maybe some of them won't be so energetic. But for those who are just getting rid of what they would have to pay for to get rid of, they're going to go up there and do it, which is saving the environment of our community. And believe me, that's where we're at. But it also states that with this, you know, you don't mind donating once a year for a day, but it's growing. So you got 17,000 in your account, I just heard. And so therefore, we decided that it would be $450 for each dumpster, okay? So what you have here, you have, you're having 2 dumpsters down in the Clinton, right? 2 in the middle and 2 north. That was my understanding. So what we're going to do, Wallace and I are going to do $450 we're donating. We're donating a dumpster, each of us. You're paying for 2. I think it's fair with what we have to, you know, the hauling and everything we have to pay a gentleman, especially if you're going to do anything on a Saturday. I can tell you it's very difficult for my gentleman to work on a Saturday. They work 5 days a week. And if you're doing a Saturday and a Sunday, I think it's going to be even harder than if you need extra dumpsters. We want to work with you, but also we want to break even with this. And so, you know, that is why the prices went up. And if you really look at it, given 250, that wasn't even fairly our cost to put it in the site, fill it up for nothing. All these go into the details of this. So that's what we just wanted to address. It's not that anyone is trying to, I mean, we donated a dumpster. And you say, well, we got the money and we need to do it. I think you need to pay for it too, because you are cleaning up for this county. And that's what you're all supposed to do. But in many places, if you look throughout the state, they pay, when that tire recycling came in, did they give you a container free? No, you paid for it. It was thousands, $2,000 and $3,000 we paid, wasn't that, Harry? Did we pay about 2,000? You could tell us, how much did we pay, Mrs. Orman, for those truckloads of tires that went out? It was about 2,000.
Do you have the report from the solid waste that shows all that in your records?
I have the stuff at home since the courthouse was closed, so I have my records at home. All I have with me is a cash balance right now.
So we need that to make.
But it was around 2,000. We worked with that. Harry knows that. He's shaking his head yes.
Yeah, I think it was around 2,000.
Absolutely. So you know, you're pretty much getting in the 1,800, and if anything extra came in, I know that we've taken the dumpster up to the county and tried to help out. So we're here as a helping hand, but we felt that it was necessary this year to raise it if we're going to continue doing it. So, any questions?
Okay. That's $450 for a 30-yarder, is that what they call it? That's your big one, right?
Yeah. And the last time they were, oh God, high people. And you know, we're going to have to ask them to crunch down because.
And so how many?
We're not within the law when we're doing this because, you know, you have to have a tart. I mean, that's your law. So, any other questions?
You have a weight limitation too, don't you?
Absolutely. But some of it, you know, when the metal things are up and they're sticking up and everything like that, it's not the weight. It's just we don't want it to fly out, hurt someone on the street, and end up back on the road that we just picked it up from. we wanna be sure we can tarp it and it doesn't puncture our tarps, and then we have to replace that, so, you know, you know, we deal with this with homeowners, they don't understand, we deal with it every day.
Yeah.
But it's a good world. Any other questions?
Ed, you got a question?
Well, also, Tim, we are no longer running a municipal solid waste site. No small county can afford the cost putting in this double synthetic liner, leachate control, 500,000 an acre, and that 30 years closure. Okay, we're running a construction demo site. None of this stuff could go in there. So that means we got a road equipment about a quarter of a mile, haul dirt a quarter of a mile, and this has to be covered daily. Where the construction demo site, you only cover it once a week. He can tell you that. But I got 40,000 yards left of MSW. And like I said, we don't run it every day. We're not taking in any MSW other than deals like this.
And we made that arrangement again with Wallace, because it was supposed to be roadside, and we knew household would be coming into this, so we made arrangements with Wallace. He said, if I agree to do this with you, will you agree to take that? And I spoke with Ed, and we did agree. We have, you know, agreed that we would take care of this instead.
All the MSW in the counties going either to Danville or Terre Haute or in the hollers, or some of it, I think, goes over to Twin Bridges. But we quit that a long time ago. When they come out with this 329 IAC, you had a surveyor site, as he knows, footprinted, and you could use whatever ground already had waste on it. And once that's done, you gotta go under the new regulations. Unless the county wants a fund 500,000 an acre, we could open up an acre if they'd be willing to do that.
We need to get, so we're definitely making it, we're gonna do it, right?
Right.
Is that,
Tim, I don't know where the 17,000 came from, you actually have 23,000 in that fund, not 17.
well, this is, I'll tell you the account number.
We'll take more money.
Trust
Yeah,
Indiana,
county-
4901.
County cleanup,
More than that.
23,267.94.
You probably have something else in there then, don't you?
This is the fund balance.
Okay.
So are we doing tire recycling with this, or a different date, or
Tires, that should be a different day.
Is it,
different
If
day?
you have tire recycling and
Well, I don't know, like within the same week, or we wanna do it like a month apart, or?
To you guys.
have a weekend,
Oh,
the tire recycling really don't create us no problem, right? They just take them over there? Is that all it is?
Yeah.
So that's a big ding dong deal if you do it, when you do it, because it ain't,
yeah,
I mean,
but
it ain't,
what we're saying though, if you have the same day, they'll bring tires and
Yeah.
trash
With the, yeah.
together. And then you tell them you can't bring his tires, because he goes up to, Vermillion Rise.
Mhm.
Well, they'll pull out of your place and go pull them over the side of the
so
road.
you think it would create people bringing tires to the sites instead of taking them
Yeah.
there?
I do 2 different days.
Okay.
2 different days?
2 different days, yeah.
What I mean,
So we need to pencil in a date then for
Yeah.
the Vermillion County cleanup days?
Yeah.
and also, does anybody address it over there if they're willing to do it? They have a change of ownership over there?
Yeah, I've been in contact with them.
You have?
Mhm.
Have you
Yep.
asked them that question, or have you?
Yes, he said any weekend, I just need to give him notice.
Okay.
So
So
for the
you wanna
cle-
do that before the other one, or after? I don't, no matter me, what do you guys think?
I'd say probably do the cleanup days first, just because hearing from Tim and everyone else and stuff getting thrown out, I mean, I don't know how many tires you're finding thrown out, but I'm sure you're getting more debris thrown out than you are tires. So we decide on a Saturday and a Sunday, or a Friday, Saturday?
What days you wanna do? Definitely a Saturday, one. You wanna do a Sunday?
What was you saying, Harry, Saturday and Sunday? Or Friday and Saturday, what'd you say?
Well, Saturday and Sunday would be the best, but Joni's saying that, the help's harder to get on Sundays.
Yeah,
and
but
stuff.
you got that in your price. I mean, I know it might be hard to get, but you're gonna make money off, you're supposed to make money
We
off
do
of it.
Friday, we're gonna have guys working the regular hours. Saturday or Sunday, we're gonna pay overtime.
Yeah, but you're talking about a lot of money.
The only thing I'm saying, in the past, Harry, you know, we got called to the south, we needed another dumpster to be brought in, so it's not all on the ground.
Well, if you take care of it on Saturday, and then you don't have to worry about it till Monday, I mean, you can come back and get it Monday. You don't have to have nobody do something on Sunday.
What if you extended the Saturday hours? Because I mean, I see what you guys are saying. The Friday, the problem is your day shift people aren't gonna get it, because by the time they get off at 4 or 5, we're already done doing the cleanup. So what if we done Friday like half a day and then extend the Saturday to 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, even though, because Sunday, I mean, some people won't want to do it on Sunday. I mean,
They should be at your church then.
Yeah.
so,
I can't.
but I do think that we're missing quite a bit doing the 8 to 2 or 8 to 1 or 10 to 2, because I know a lot, I mean, even working at the restaurant, I couldn't get over there till 3,
Why don't we
4
take Friday and go till 6 o'clock Friday? Then we might have 3 hours, gonna pay 3 hours overtime.
That would
Where you
work.
gonna get your help?
I'll see, the county was.
Well, you can tell them guys they have to work.
They're gonna pay
Yeah.
for
Just
it.
the way it is.
Yeah.
And then Saturday, we can go to 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
3 o'clock.
So what, like 10 to 3 on Saturday, or?
And why don't we just do it this way? You got the 30-yard dumpsters, when they're full, it's done. Because then nobody will have to come back, whether it's a Saturday or Sunday, when your dumpsters are full, it's full. Cut them off.
Yeah, if we say Saturday and Sunday, well, Saturday and Sunday, they're gonna dump it on us up there.
Yeah, that's the problem, because if you advertise 2 days and you're full on Friday,
Yeah.
you can't tell people be lining up at 10 a.m. once you advertise it.
Yeah.
I mean, you got the money in there in the budget, so I mean, I still think doing the 2 days would be.
So what time do you suggest?
Well, Tim suggested, what, 6 o'clock on Friday?
Yep.
So 6 p.m. on Friday.
What time from what time? From 8 to 6?
Well, as well, I mean, if you gotta have county workers
I think
around.
it's 9 to 6 on Friday.
9 to 6?
Yeah, county workers are someone will be there anyway from that time
And then
till.
Saturday till
Okay, so we need 9 to 6 on a Friday.
9 to 3 on Saturday.
9 to 3 on Saturday? Yeah.
And if we got the extra money, they're donating a dumpster, why don't we take a dumpster?
Donating two.
Why don't we take a dumpster at regular price off of them, just to have it, just in case?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
We got the money, I mean, why don't we just get the money, why don't we just take it? I know you're shaking your head, but you know you're gonna run over, it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
How many did we use last time?
Yeah, that's what I need, that's what we need to know.
4 up here, I know we had 4 up there. I don't know how many times they dumped it.
We need that information from you, for somebody.
Penny did all that.
Well, Penny ain't gonna do it this year, Penny don't get paid for that, and
Right, she did that,
I don't
and she has
expect
that
her to do
information.
any of that. And you guys are the ones that manage it, right? So you guys are the ones
Right,
supposed to.
but we didn't do it, so we don't have that information.
Okay, well, we can get the
Just have
information to you, but since she ain't, then someone has to take charge. I don't know if you guys wanna appoint someone, or, but.
I do think if they're gonna donate the dumpster, we ought to pay for a dumpster, just to have it, because they're gonna fill it.
Should we talking 2 at each garage?
Well, we did more than that. District 2 garage didn't do that much.
Wallace Brothers mattresses and all the stuff they took,
Mm-hmm.
we probably filled 5 dumpsters. Then we filled 2 for Joni.
And you know what, and they brought those to us, and I'm gonna tell you, you wanna talk about your truck with your tire that happened with your loader. Those tires, that mattress, when you're compacted, what that gets into your equipment is just as damaging. Was a cartload of nothing but these here mattresses.
Do you want to not have no mattresses?
You really, that is just.
Deny the mattresses?
I don't know where that many mattresses came unless it was from.
We had a lot of mattresses.
I'm gonna tell you what happened. A guy pulled in District 2 garage. He had a whole load of mattress on his truck. A little truck. I mean, he had like 8 mattresses on it. Lord,
Yeah.
bed bugs galore. But I had a deputy and I said, run the plates on him. I want to see where these people come from. Came from Dana. He lived right there in Dana.
Well, but you know what? They've been cleaning up these
Yeah.
hotels, like,
Yeah.
the
So you wanna go no
one
match, you wanna go no?
I'd say no mattresses.
So no mattresses, no paint,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
no hazardous.
That is a
The
nightmare.
mattress
on
fill
that
dumpster up pretty
compaction
quick, it's a
project.
lot of,
So
you can't
when,
compact it.
whoever worked the garages, were we making sure these were only Vermillion County residents?
No.
No? were we
That's why
saying-
you need to have a deputy out there and saying, with a sign say plates will be checked, or something, just as.
What if it just
show
show your ID? I mean, I know some people change and live in another county, but most people are gonna have their driver's license with them.
Yeah, 'cause you might well borrow grandpa's pickup, he might live in Georgetown.
That's what I mean. How much trash did we take from maybe Kingman or, which I mean, it's still good, but I mean, it's,
You know, we think of cleaning up the environment, but I can tell you, you go to Terre Haute and you try to take one little bag of trash and they see that license plate and you're out of there.
this is only for our
That needs to be put in the wording of the notice.
Yeah.
for
Plates
Vermillion
will be-
County.
Vermillion County residents only,
Yeah.
and license plates will be checked.
And in Vigo County, when they took that out, there was $96 a pickup load. And there was screaming, because that's what you go into their site, it's $96 a pickup load.
Okay,
Okay, so let's
And
get
they're
back,
coming out to ours for
you can
45.
set a date.
So Friday,
let's set the date, times.
Friday's 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., Saturday 9 a.m. to 3 p.m., and then we need to pick a date, and I'd say you guys could get that information from Penny from last year to see how many dumpsters we need, because we don't wanna not have
Yeah.
enough and then potentially ruin tires and stuff on equipment.
Now, the county boys had to pick it up all off the ground.
Yeah, we don't,
Load it, we don't wanna do
No.
that to
No.
them.
no.
Okay, so we got the dates, we got the times, and we got the days of the week we're doing, so then we need to get a date.
You wanna do it August, you think, July, August, what do you wanna do, Tim?
What is this, June, right?
Yes, sooner the better.
Yeah.
This, one more week and this month be gone.
I mean, you guys wanna do it in July, or do you guys wanna wait till August?
See, you only got a paper, it only puts it out two days a week now,
Right.
so you know, to advertise it.
Yeah. Well, is it gonna affect the county? I mean, they've got road work or anything planned in July? I mean, can they spare that Friday, you know, some of those workers being there? Or to be better in August?
My garage will cover ours, I ain't worried about it.
Okay,
August, is fine, August, sometime in August is fine with me.
August. You wanna do like the first week in August, or?
Let's just set a date and then go for it.
Yeah, go with it.
When do the children go back to school, if they go back? If they-
Yeah, we need to do it before school.
Yeah.
I'd say the early August or last week of July.
7th or 8th?
Yeah, we could do 7th, 8th,
That'd be a good day.
Okay.
August.
Let's do, everybody in favor of August 7th, 8th?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. Take a vote, everybody, aye, something?
Aye.
I don't know, we
Aye.
got
Aye.
proper rules of order here or not, I assume we probably do.
Yeah.
So it's August is,
7th and 8th.
okay, August 7th, 8th, okay, we got the times.
Then the notice will have Vermillion County residents only, we agreed on no mattresses?
No mattresses.
No mattresses.
No contractors, and then talked about trying to make sure it's bagged or in boxes, because we don't want.
Yeah. We'll just
county-
say we're requiring it,
You require.
and really
make sure the
stress
wording-
that, and then if someone shows up and we have to help a little bit, we
Yeah.
will, but.
But
no
if
one
you'd
knows
be
that.
proactive and hopefully only one or two do it, or hopefully zero.
I think I big
Or give 'em a
metal.
bunch of boxes
If
and
they got
bags.
scrap iron like that, that's different, you know, I mean, metal.
Yeah.
Consider that.
Like Penny said, I mean, with cat litter, people coming in with stuff like that, you don't wanna mess.
Okay, so we got the dates, we got the times,
And then then you guys can decide on the dumpsters, going back to last year to see how many you guys need. Cause I mean, the money's in there if we need to buy it.
okay, regardless of here, can we have another meeting here in the next 2 weeks or
Yeah.
something? Can we have it at the next commissioners meeting after that? Is that too, Amy, is that too?
And we've got 3 different things going on that day, so it would have to be, it'd be July 7th is the next meeting, and it would have to be probably around 11 before we could start it.
I have no problem, I'm off that day, so.
The 4th to 7th.
But we need another, if we can get all this information, come back, then we can
Yeah.
firm this up in 2 weeks.
Let's
I
take
mean, what do you guys think?
Okay with July
Two weeks?
7th?
9:30, then we have security
Yeah,
at
yeah.
10.
11 o'clock.
So July 7th and 11 o'clock?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's
I
the
think
way
it's
to do it.
Tuesday.
But, I mean, we're getting somewhere, but we just
Yeah.
need to,
Yeah.
okay. So,
I've worked every one of these cleanup days. They're cutting mattresses off. There's gonna be a lot of mattresses on the side of the roads. 'Cause that's all that comes in, is mattresses a lot of time, all during the day and stuff. I'm telling you,
They're gonna bring them.
they're gonna bring them. Then you don't take them, they're going to get rid of them before they get home.
What if you put,
Then we got an incinerator.
I mean, what if you put, you could bring them, but it's a cost.
Scrap iron.
What if like a cost per so many? I mean, if you bring a mattress, $5 cost, $10. I mean, you can take them, but at least that money you can put towards.
Surcharge.
Yeah, surcharge if someone brings them.
Mattress is $5.
I'm just
But
gonna
they'll
have to
still
say,
put
I'm
them
gonna
on
have
side
to
of the
think
road.
about
Yeah.
it because of my
Yeah, I know.
equipment. I
Mhm.
will have to talk to Wallace to see if he'll take it to Terre Haute. We can't be everything, all things to all people here.
Yeah.
You know, when you get a dumpster at 450 and you put X amount of mattresses in there, that's all fluff. Really, it's already costing you. That's what I'm
Everybody's
saying.
making these rules and everything like this, what to take and what not to take.
Nice to have them.
You guys gotta come and work with us. That's
It's
what I'm
not gonna work
saying.
that easy.
Cause I worked
You
every
can't
one of
take
them.
paint. They want you to take paint. They don't know what to do with their microwaves. They want you to do that. There is some point in it you have to say, we can't do it.
The appliances, we can get rid of for free,
I know that,
so.
the appliances do.
Right.
But a lot of that is just done on a white goods day.
Yeah.
Now, most of them are just doing them on a white goods day, and that might be something you could do. A white goods event and then a mattress event, I don't know, and then have it out, because that is something that I don't even know what they would take, and we have taken them for Wallace, for him.
Well, I guess before our next July the 7th meeting, you could talk to Wallace and see about the
Yeah,
mattresses. Because I mean, if it's going to cost you more, like Tim and I suggested, maybe we put a cost on it, because, like Harry said, if they're going to end up in a roadside ditch, the county's going to pick them up.
We put a price on it, they're gonna throw alongside the ditch, we got that problem already, so.
Well, I mean, the TVs we done a few years ago, they paid for them, and people brought TVs in and paid for them.
Up to 19 inches, you pay for them, other than 19 inches, you don't pay for.
Well,
Harry
mattresses
loves
are all the,
TVs.
we don't care what size mattress, you're paying for it.
We're probably gonna take a lot of stuff we wanna take and just stack it, start probably figure out how to get rid of it.
Okay, you can stack it bigger.
Yeah.
I don't see where they get all the TVs at.
Eventually, they've got to quit having these TVs, I would think.
They're not making them no more, Harry, so they're bound to.
Hey, I just took my mom's apartment out last week and she had an old stereo in there, phonograph. Console thing, 8-track player, didn't work, she had it in the house.
Yeah, we got organs
Yeah,
last
well,
year.
you
and
just stay
stuff,
without.
Yeah. One of them was decent looking, just sitting in my garage down here right now. One guy's gonna take it home, never did.
So for next meeting, we'll put tire recycling, discuss it at next
Yeah.
meeting to kind of pencil a date for that. Did you want to work on
Yeah, if we
that?
have a meeting in 2 weeks and everyone goes out of here with their questions and try to get the answers
Yeah.
back, and we should be able to resolve it at the next meeting.
All right, so we got tire recycling, we'll discuss dates next week, and then we got, let's see, 2021 budget, is that next?
Yep. So what, the budget every year is, what is it, 10,000?
In Commissioner's Court, we've upped it to 20,000 for 2021, but you have an actual budget in solid waste, and that's what you've got a copy of. That money's all separate. How much cash is there, Phil?
The cash balance right now is $10,879.50.
I gotta leave this a few minutes. But this 10,000 one here,
This is just the solid waste budget, just the solid waste.
okay,
money.
and can solid waste be used for anything with roadside cleanup? That's no problem taking funds out of this.
As far as I know.
Yeah.
Okay.
So is that a budget that's being proposed for this year, Amy, or?
We raised it, I put in for 10,000 for it.
That's in Commissioner's Court, that's separate. Right now, you need to set a budget for 2021 with this cash that we have in solid waste. And this is the 2020 budget. So you need to set your figures for 2021.
But the $10,000 I asked for is not being added to this.
No, it's in Commissioner's Court, County General.
Okay, but it's appropriated for countywide cleanup.
Yes.
Right.
It's called solid waste expenses, so we pay tire recycling out of there. And then we've upped it to 20,000 for 2021, so we can do other things.
So you're saying what should we do with this for budget time, right? Is that what you're
Yeah,
saying?
what do you wanna do with this for budget?
To leave the same.
Well, I had a suggestion on, I was talking to Amy and even a couple other members here too, is, there's no one to really spearhead the solid waste, and I think each year this is growing bigger and we want this to get bigger. And I know, for, administrator and controller, we pay $2,000 a piece out of solid waste. So my suggestion was maybe we contract $2,000, $1,500 out, maybe make a director position for the solid waste recycling, let someone spearhead it. I think that'd be good. I think there's people within the community that would do it, that are really passionate about it. So my suggestion would be we add that into the budget. I'm sure we could find someone by 2021.
How much you saying?
My suggestion probably would be 2,000. I mean, I don't know what you guys think.
If you can find someone in the community that's really passionate about it, that's what you need. You really find that person, give them a little bit of help, try and organize,
Yeah.
and I think that
I mean,
that's
I think,
what we need.
Well, I think this recycling and solid waste is moving bigger and bigger each year, and we need someone to be that point person. I mean, the commissioners have enough on their plate that they do. So that'd be my suggestion if anybody has any questions or.
Can you?
So you're saying, suggesting put it into the budget?
Yes.
Okay.
Can that be paid out? I mean, if you pay out $2,000 to someone for, say, someone in the community, do you have to? How can you do that without making them an employee? How,
Be a contractual employee, you go through accounts payable, they do a 1099.
so you don't have to pay it. We could do that without getting into a employee relationship.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what would be the job description of your employee?
I mean, my suggestion would be eventually the director would grow into a much more bigger role, but short term be someone that would spearhead, like in this other thing. We've got the AISWMD, the Association of Indiana Solid Waste, someone to go to these meetings to spearhead the grants. There's grants within the state, someone spearhead tire recycling, just be the point person. And I know a lot of counties, this point person eventually, I know some counties, they make them be the highway secretary, superintendent, and they combine the position. So, I mean, maybe this thing grows into something in 2 years, 3 years, but for now, we need a starting point. And I think we can get together and give us some other counties and see what their descriptions are, but I think just short term of having someone be the point person would be that right there. But that's my suggestion to the rest of the board.
I'm gonna end the meeting, but I gotta be at work at 10 o'clock.
Tim, what about the recycling bin?
Well, we'll use that, we'll include that day.
Include
We might just take up one item, or something, because I wanted one that was broke up in container parts, so you do different things, and we got one it's got all open doors, but there's no, the only thing we do is one, but then you talk to Wallace, they don't care. They said, just put it all in there and we'll sort it out.
They'll sort it, but if it's contaminated, they have to bring it back and dump it to their thing if there's any contamination in that.
But back to that, you don't need recycling dumpsters to recycle. According to them, they're just throwing it all in there anyway. An open dumpster is the same thing as a recycling dumpster, so.
And how much did we pay for that thing?
About 7,000.
I think it was, 7.
Yeah.
7 or 8, yeah.
Yeah, that's probably cheaper than getting you a big 30-yard dumpster, though.
How much does a 40-yard dumpster cost to buy a new one?
Oh, they're somewhere. It depends what you dicker with grade, so I wouldn't really want to do, because the cost goes down, fluctuates the market of metals, and it goes up. So every time I call, it's a different price.
But that's something we need to address by next meeting, what we're gonna do about that.
Because we got that, we need to
Yeah.
utilize it if we can, right?
But but that would be something that Wallace would have to take care of, and taking it, running it someplace and bringing it back. Not you guys.
And actually, when you talk to him, I think.
I'll ask him that question.
What did he say? It was really a Walsh and not Dennis. He
What?
said, I really wouldn't do it. He said, it's just, it's a wash. It's not gonna bring you anything. But I don't look at it as a wash if we're recycling and keeping the environment the way we should.
The thing I was like to do, and I haven't had any luck with Inland Container takes cardboard. There's no reason why we can't have a big bunch of cardboard and take it to inland container.
Fountain County's got dumpsters sitting in Kingman, it says cardboard on them right now.
I'll let you know there's some.
I have to be at work at 10 o'clock. I gotta be ready to run.
You say Fountain County has them in Kingman, Tim?
In
right?
Kingman over there, they got,
There's gonna be that.
guy at the firehouse, they got dumpsters, it's cardboard only
I'll
on
be
it.
in touch.
I know Fountain's in like a co-op with Crawfordsville and several, but they've got a tax, and I know Scott Craig had mentioned on here about, let's see, it's capped at no more than .0833 per $100 in assessed value. So like Fountain County, I think their budget is like, I don't know, $200,000 a year is what they make. So that's something that we
They
can
got a
talk.
big operation over there.
They, yeah, and Warren County same way. So I mean, I know no one likes an additional tax, but eventually, you know, Scott had done the math here and said at a rate of .0125 in 2020, we would have had something like $100,000 in generated revenue. So maybe that's a rate we go next year and the coming years is decide. I mean, you get something like that, then you can start talking maybe a recycling center, maybe doing something county owned. But we've got to be willing to maybe do that. But with the budget right now, we're kind of short and we don't have a whole lot to work with. But that's a route we could go if we decide to expand it or.
Discuss that with other council members.
I think other council members would support it because I think Scott said it wouldn't exceed no more than $3 per household is what he suggested, and I think majority of Vermillion County would support that. I mean, I hate more taxes more than anybody. I mean, I'm taxed to death as well, but I think you got to ask yourself, do you want to see Vermillion County move forward? And if that's something you want to see, then like Fountain County, Warren County, they pay for it. I mean, they pay for it, and their roads are cleaner, and you create jobs. I mean, you can create. I know Warren created 2 or 3 jobs up there with their recycling centers. So anyway, that's some thought for you guys maybe before next meeting to see what you guys think about a tax or maybe doing something like that.
On this AISWMD member,
Uh-huh.
do we have funds for that now, Amy?
Yeah, we have a commissioner's quote, we can use some of that money.
And that's something with that, you know, that director's position, someone that can go to that,
Yeah.
come back. I spoke to Jenny and she said it's well worth the $500 a year or $550. You get a vote and stuff. You're in with the whole groups when people sell stuff. I mean, it's just, she said it's well worth it. So I suggested we put that in the budget and pay for that. Because I think you got to pay for it in December, November, or something like that.
Okay. Anything else?
We go.
We gonna wait until we get someone to take that director position of the solid waste?
Yeah, I mean, I think before that July 7th, maybe we could, a few of us members get together or talk to some other counties, or I can, and maybe get like a checklist of what we want that person to do.
Yeah.
I'm sure everybody in here has got some ideas on someone they could mention it to and say, hey, you think you'd be interested in this? Or maybe get some candidates. I mean, I'm sure we could find somebody. I don't think we'll have trouble finding someone to help us with that.
I know one person's gonna jump up since he sees the money out there.
Well, I don't know. I mean, like I said, I'm sure some people do it without any money, but I think that 2,000 is a nice little, here you go for helping us.
Exactly.
So I think if all of us kind of mention it to 2 or 3 people that we think might be interested and get together and get kind of a checklist of what their job description will be.
All right. Motion to adjourn?
I make a motion.
Second.
July